1000 lives, let's get into it. Let's load the game, let's go here. Alright. I'm pumped. And it's loud. Well, I think that's okay. Oh shit. Dude, it's lit. Oh my god. This is a sick ass beat. Okay, after running from our break and finishing a class, I can't even remember the lesson of we begin preparing for a sled desk race. Ziva, the self-proclaimed impartial judge, stands next to me while I tune up my sled desk. I wanted to believe that your sled desks were a little more original than desks being used as sleds. Seriously, it's a freaking race on top of desks. Will Ozzy and you ever grow up or what? You don't get it, do you? Sled desks represent the inner flame that burns inside of every man. A tool used to awaken our inner beasts. You can't understand it because you lacked testosterone. Okay. More like patience. So are you guys going to race in the hallway? It's kind of narrow for that. Besides, do you really think your desk will slide like sleds? Even if you get rid of the rubber on the legs, I don't think they'll... It's obvious how new... Okay, this is really getting louder. This just got, like, really loud. Excuse me. Compadre. Oh, wait, no, I don't need to do that. Hold on, fam. That's fucking low as shit as it is! Good God! Okay. I guess the beat's just way too much. Alright, it's obvious how new you are here. You're just lucky to see a live sled desk race today. I don't know why we haven't done any this year before today. You see, the hallway is positioned at a downward angle, although it can be difficult to notice when we discovered that. When we discovered that, we realized that here's perfect for racing on top of pretty much anything. We agreed that desks were our best option for racing. That was how sled desk race was born. An important milestone for the future generations. I put tacks over the rubber on the legs on my desk so I could slide even farther too. I gently kick one of the desks to show Ziva how far it can go. Thanks to the tack modifications, it slides across the floor and reaches a classroom door effortlessly. The winner is the one who is the... Wait, hold on. The winner is the one whose desk goes the farthest distance in only one push. I see. I'm not really convinced though. These races have to end pretty quickly. The desks don't slide for more than 10 seconds. And that's exactly how long a race should take. It isn't like our breaks are that long either. Then what's the fun part? You still don't get it. You'll see if you watch. The sled desk can awaken a man's inner strength, which can warp even time and space. Pay attention. Whatever. I'm actually curious. Is there gonna be like an animation to show this shit? Because I'm actually curious on how this is gonna go. Are you ready to lose? Lose? Is that another one of your foreign expressions? I don't know what it means. I fear I'll have to teach you then, compañero. Desk versus desk in the narrow hallway. There's barely enough space for us to stand around. The most important part of each sled desk race is the beginning. The contestant with the best initial push will probably be the winner. There are also other obstacles in the way, making it pretty difficult to overtake your fellow racer once he has passed you, but you never know in a race to the death. Okay. There are no set rules. Anything goes. The other contestant can try to mess up his opponent at any moment by any means. That's why sled desk races are taken so seriously. You can get pretty hurt, so only the bravest of students can compete. Ozzy and I are the only ones who participate in these races, now that I think about it. I wonder why. As judge, I'll give the starting signal and act as the commentator. Not that I think there's going to be much to say. I mean, are you guys ready to go? Start whenever. The only thing you need to be ready are your lips, mi amor, since I'll take a kiss from you as my prize when I win. Okay, dude. No, that's... Alright. I'm just gonna leave, then. Just gonna walk away. Yeah, that's it. That's pretty much... I can't believe you just fucking said that. I can't believe you just fucking said that. Why the hell would he say that? It's about the stupidest shit. I'm going to ignore that. Please do. This is getting really awkward. We're starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh shit! The animations! Ah! Wah! The race begins with a strong first push from both competitors. Their timing was in sync. Both of them clearly take into account how important the beginning of the race is. It's a perfect start. But what's this? Ozzy's in the lead! How does it feel to be eating my dust back there for once? Impossible. How can you possibly be faster than me? I was sure that... You were sure that I wasn't using tacks, right? After every race, I wonder how CR was so fast. Defeat after defeat, my desk would always stop short while you always seemed to fly past time. I studied mechanics and engineering to figure out what could have happened. And then I had an empathy. You were using tacks to reduce the friction. With the track covering each leg, your desk was that much faster than mine. When I found out, I decided against telling you so that next time I'd catch you off guard and I could use it to my advantage. Who's the smart one now? You've done all those races against him without ever knowing that? I noticed as I saw his desk. Why do you think I accepted this bet? I'm not the champion because I'm good, it's because it's stupid. Don't spoil my glorious moments. In any case, it still doesn't make sense. We started at the same time with the same push. So how did Ozzy get in the lead? What is going on? When the distance between the two of us widens, I notice a shimmering trail. Ozzy's desk is leaving behind a trail of some sort of liquid. That's... oil! Ozzy's desks are covered in oil. That's why his desk is faster. I wasn't satisfied with just being on even ground. I looked for more methods to improve my speed. And this is the result of my hard work. Maybe Ozzy isn't as dumb as he seems after all. I also drew some flames on the desk to improve its acceleration. In movies, the flaming cars are always the fastest, so it has to be legit. I take it back. While Ozzy is distracted, I begin my all-out attack. I toss everything out of my pencil case. Pens, pencils, scissors, a pencil sharpener, an eraser that looks like a pig, and even some of those fake chocolate coins so ancient that their currency stopped existing more than a century ago. They fly through air towards Ozzy's unsuspecting sled desk. If I'm lucky and something hits it, his desk might slide backwards, awarding me victory. But it's not that simple. No way. Partially cloudy with an 82% chance of relative humidity and low pressure fronts. And an over 60% chance of rain during the day. So I brought an umbrella. Ozzy uses umbrella to defend against the incoming attack. Now Indian has nothing left to throw. Time stands still for me. Not because of an incoming premonition of my defeat, or the amazing fact that Ozzy can memorize daily meteorological data so precisely. This is actually really intense. Can this be a real thing? But for the pain I feel after losing a friend. He, who once walked the same path as I, is now standing at the crossroads, facing another direction. He's unreachable, and even though I thought he was stupid, he's silently leaving me behind. Probably because he's too good for me. My dearest pig eraser. I watch as it bounces off the umbrella, jumps past the hallway and into the abyss, forever lost to me. To tell the truth, I had found it on the floor a couple days ago, so really I had probably just stolen it from some unlucky fool. Our time together was so short that I didn't even remember that it had it in my pencil case until now. Still, it was the most powerful and touching relationship I've ever had with an eraser. Farewell, my old friend. Vendetta! Indians gaining ground. How is it possible? He's using his opponent's oil tear to lose friction and speed up. Between the oil and Ozzy's umbrella temporarily slowing him down, Indian is about to catch up. If he tackles him, he might. Not so fast. I still have one more trick up my sleeve. Ozzy took something out of his umbrella. He has a ruler. But it's not just any ruler, it's a meter stick. Where the fuck did he get that from? You know what I'm going to do now, right? Checkmate, companero. Shit! Ozzy flung the meter stick in Endian's path. It's like a landmine. It's impossible for you to avoid it. Endian, at this speed, it can only end in a catastrophe. Jump, Endian! Save yourself, it isn't worth it! I can't give up now! Promise that I'd never forget! I can't let my pencil sharpener's sacrifice be in vain! No, wait! It was an eraser. Right. Eraser. I got a Snapchat. Hold on. Oh, sweet, Snapchats. Alright. Not really sure whether it was an eraser or a sharpener. Whatever it was that I cared about, my desk collides with the ruler. The back legs of my desk fly upwards, flipped by the inertia. An instant later, the front legs follow suit. I'm about to fall, nevertheless. What the? He does a front flip. It's the sound of an angel. Yes, I can hear it. The angels singing, giving me their blessings. A hallucination, maybe a revelation. Anyways, it's here. I could see the heroes of old sled desk races standing next to my eraser, telling me that I shouldn't give up yet. Thanks, everyone. It wasn't necessary. With my newfound divine strength, I managed to flip my desk further to the point that's now totally upside down. And from here, go! I hold the desk legs while I stand on the underside of the tables as if it's a skateboard. Isn't that the best way? Anyway, I grind my way onto the banister and manage to overtake Ozzy. I jump in with a hard flip. I make the desk return to its original position, allowing me to successfully continue the race. At last, I'm in the lead! How did he do that? Now Ozzy's desk is grinding against mine. The two rivals' desks rub together, creating small sparks of fire and indents in the wood paneling. The end of the track is coming up, but Ozzy and I know that there's still something we have to do. You surprised me, Caballero. I won't deny it. But it isn't over yet. We're going to settle this with our bare hands. Two men in motion on a battlefield. We both stand on our desks, accompanied by the hellish squeal coming from the friction between them. No words are necessary. Dialogue won't accomplish anything. It is now, with our fists, that one of us will fall and the other will grasp victory. Jump! Quickly! But Ziva's sudden warning makes us come back to reality. Haven't we been sledding for too long anyways? I mean, it's true that everything seems to slow down when there's this much tension, but this is a bit too much. When accounting for the oil, it makes sense that we're farther than usual. This isn't good, though, because at the end of the hallway, there's the stairs! Ow! Ozzy and I managed to jump off our desks at the last second, saving ourselves from a nasty fall. Holy shit! Oh, they would've they would've went down. The stairs don't go down that far, so the desks still seem to be alright. Everything would be perfectly fine if not for the tiny detail. At the bottom of the stairs, clearly frightened by her near-death experience with flying slow desk, we find the new substitute teacher. What do we do now? Sierra? Congratulations, Audie, you're the Sled Death Race champion. I'm retiring from all future competitions, so feel free to forget about my past titles and that I never existed in the first place. As a new champion, you need to explain what happened to the administration. The fate of the global Sled Death Flag rests on your shoulders. Farewell. What are you even talking about? Sierra! Where are you going? That was pretty damn lit. They need to make like a legit animation of that. I'm at the nurse's office. Rather than leaving the school through the main entrance, I prefer going out from here instead. It isn't like there's a real nurse here though, so she attendant is actually the groundskeepers. She handles a lot of different tasks, from paperwork to carrying all the keys. If you persuade her that you're sick enough, you can take a nap here for a while and sneak out after she leaves. Since she handles so many different things, she won't usually notice if you're gone by the time she comes back. In any case, she doesn't trust anyone, so the nurse's office collects dust more than anything. Then how'd I convince her to let me stay? Easy, I told her the truth. My right leg aches badly. I sit on one of the beds and massage my leg from the knee down, hoping it'll lessen the pain. Afterwards, I take out a small bottle of painkillers and stare at it as if it sits in the palm of my hand. I decide against opening it and put it back in my pocket. I lay on the bed, close my eyes before I start taking deep breaths, until I eventually feel myself get lost deep in thought. The new substitute must be pissed. She may have not seen us do it, but it's just a matter of time till she figures it out. Nobody got hurt, but even I recognize that we went overboard. If yesterday's prank made her angry, I can't imagine how she took this one. I wonder, will they finally punish me this time? After 15 minutes, I feel better. I get up and walk over to the window. The nurse's office is on the first floor, so you can climb down into the backfield, making it the perfect place to sneak out from. I haven't made a habit of it, but this won't be the first time that I escape out of this window when I want to play hooky. Let's see. Although it's a small fall, my leg still hurts. Thankfully, it's tolerable, but that doesn't change how uncomfortable feeling it is. I'll rest more once I'm home. Better get going. There's a fence behind the school that separates it from the park. No one goes back there, and the fence has a locked gate. It's easy to pick if you're skilled enough. Once you're in the field, the park is only several steps away. That was the same park. I make my way through the park and out to the pond and begin writing in my notebook. It's not like I have anything better to do, but you'd think by now I would have learned how dangerous it is to walk around with my face stuffed in a book. What was that? Please don't tell me it's the girl, because that'd be super awkward. Something suddenly hits me in the stomach. Thankfully, it doesn't really hurt. At first I don't see anything, but when I look down I find the culprit. It's the little girl. That hurts. At my feet there's a girl with her hands wrapped around her head. At first I think it's because she ran into me, but then she starts to panic for seemingly another reason. She keeps swatting at the air around her head, and when she realizes that there's nothing there, she goes pale. My hat! She gets visibly nervous, her eyes darting around the area. After a moment, she settles on looking at my shoes, or more precisely what's behind them. None other than her previously missing hat. I bend over to pick it up, brushing it off as best as I can before handing it back to her. This is yours, right? The girl nods in relief as she reaches out her hands to retrieve her possession. At the last second, I raise my arms to pull the hat out of her reach. She seems familiar somehow. Her name is on the tip of my tongue, but nothing comes to mind. I'm positive I met her before. I bring the hat closer to her, watching as her face lights up with happiness. But I still can't remember who she is one more time. I move the hat out of her reach and watch her, and she automatically grows anxious. I could do this all day. Finally, I rent and return her belonging. I know better than to tease little girls too much. She gets up and inspects her hat, desperately placing it back onto the top of her head, as if her life depends on it. She looks so happy. Some people are so easily satisfied. But I still haven't figured out how I know her. Maybe taking a closer look will help? She responds doubtfully, staring me down as she slowly takes 2 steps towards me. Eventually, we're only inches apart from each other. I still can't remember her. It's like I know her, but I can't put a name to the face. Suddenly she surprises me and breaks the silence with a question. Are you gonna keep staring like that or kiss me already? Okay. I suddenly break the Guinness World Record for backflips, barely managing to stutter anything in response. Kiss you? I wasn't going to. Oh, so it was a staring contest. I won, right? What's my reward? Once she shows me her radiant smile, I remember who she is. The nutcase from yesterday. I think part of me tried to block that event out of my memory. Understandably so. However, I have to admit that I'm pretty curious to know what her deal is. Our encounter yesterday was just so random and weird that I can't help but feel curious. There's no reward. It wasn't a contest in the first place, I just couldn't remember who you were. Mysterious girl, why? Mysterious girl, why? X is already taken. It's a long story. Why am I getting It's 9 in the morning and I'm getting so many notifications. I don't like it. Look, it doesn't matter. It was just a misunderstanding. Let's start over again from the beginning. Who are you? What's your name? My name is Claire Argyris. I'm 18 years old. My blood type is B. I'm 4'9" tall. I weigh 97 pounds. My measurements are 25, 20, 27. My favorite color is silver. And my favorite periodic table element is tungsten. Okay. She's 18, dude. She looks old enough to be a fucking child. Oh, good choice. Tungsten is my favorite metal. No, wait a second. Don't mess with me. What kind of introduction was that? You said you're 18 years old? Are we in the same grade? I thought you were a kid. How would I know? You haven't even introduced yourself yet. What kind of gentleman refuses to introduce himself to a lady before conversing with her? I totally understand that you're nervous after failing to kiss me, but you have to get over it. Believe in yourself. Second time's the charm. I wonder if she's doing that on purpose or if she is really insane. In the end, I decided to introduce myself, pushing aside her weird attempts at cheering me up. Without getting into too much detail, I'll explain what I'm doing here so I can resolve the misunderstanding. If there ever was a misunderstanding in the first place. I know that I shouldn't just go with the flow, but I think that it's probably harmless to observe this odd specimen. After I introduce myself, I try to learn more about her. She responds quickly and clearly when I ask about her studies. She tells me that she's currently studying at the other side, Inate Institute. Is that how you pronounce it? Anyway. That explains how I didn't know her when we're in the same grade and there are only 2 schools in the area. When I ask her what she's doing at the park, however, her attitude changes dramatically. I wanted to skip school, so that's what I did. Nothing else to do. So you're a troublemaker, I see. Suits you. You already have the issues for it. Maybe. But I have my own reasons for it, too. The tenderness in her words, even after I've mocked her, surprises me. Is this really the same girl from a minute ago? What reasons are those? I already told you the truth. Because I wanted to. But you won't believe me, right? The most logical reasons would be that I felt too stressed out, controlled, and pressured. And that's why I ran away. Those types of things could easily lead me to this. Would that answer satisfy you? That isn't why I came here, but it's the conclusion you're going to arrive at anyway, so I don't need to give you any more details. Hold on. If you don't want to answer, then you don't have to. No need to take it so seriously. Everyone has a right to keep their secrets. Is that so? It's obvious that Claire doesn't believe me. Ow, my jaw locked up. What's wrong with her? I don't understand. It's a lot easier when you have a convenient excuse. For example, when someone invites you out but you don't want to go, if you tell them you have to work, take a test, or go on a date with your sweetheart, then you can get rid of the issue in the blink of an eye. Speak of the devil. Tell me, Sierra. Claire takes a deep breath and closes her eyes for a second before casually asking me an unsuspected question. Do you want to go out with me? What? Be my boyfriend, my partner, my better half. It wasn't a difficult question. This is the second time she throws an inconceivable question at me. What kind of joke is this? We haven't even known each other for 5 minutes before she confesses to me. She seems to be completely serious right now. Her face says that she's not messing around. She sincerely confessed to me. I believe her so much that it's scaring me. I hesitate, stuttering while trying to answer. I have a difficult time looking her in the eyes. I'm too nervous and frightened. Claire then places her index finger against my lips, silently telling me to stop. You took too long to answer, and that's no good. A half-big answer won't do it for me. After all, to me the most important thing is that you're truthful. I swallow deeply while lost in thought, questioning how difficult it is to decipher her words, or rather her. Claire seems to notice my uncertainty, or maybe it's curiosity. She turns around and begins pacing with her hands behind her back. It looks like she's looking for or thinking about something. With a smile on her face, she finally announces her thoughts. I know. Let's play a game as an example. It's pretty simple, so you'll be able to understand what I was trying to say. Claire's in high spirits. More like she was at the beginning of the conversation. I shrug. It isn't like I have anything to say about it anyways. Imagine on the top of that tree over there that there's a nest with baby birds, and waiting on the top of that rock next to it is a hungry cat. Let's call him Sinitha. Siniza. Siniza? Why Siniza? I don't know, it's cute. Don't you like it? Aren't you naming the birds too? Giving names to imaginary birds? Are you totally insane? I forgot who I was talking to for a second. Please just get on with it before I decide to drown someone in the pond. There isn't much else to say. The question is simple. What do you do? That's a pretty unimaginative question. It's pretty typical. You know, if you scare the cat away and save the chicks, then the cat will die of hunger. If you help the cat, then the birds will die. In the end, you have to choose who dies and who lives. Most people will just let nature take its course since you can't have everything work out perfectly all the time. It's the circle of life, Simba stuff. That's the problem though. Aren't you part of nature too? It's easy to forget that when it's convenient for you. If I choose to take the cat with me, then I have to do it for everyone. So it's not viable. I can't evolve myself anyways because maybe the cat prefers to live that way. Those are the excuses we make so that we can benefit the most in the end, to make our lives easier. And there's nothing wrong with that. We're only human. There are times when even our selfish decision is the best one too. But can you accept what comes afterwards? What comes afterwards? That's why I don't plan on explaining myself to you any further, and why I won't accept any half-baked love confessions from anyone. Get it? Next time, try to do a better job, alright? For some reason, it all seems to make sense to Claire, but I'm not as convinced. I don't know what the hell she's trying to explain to me at all. Some say it's impossible to understand women. This lady wins first place, hands down, as the most complicated. Oh, I gotta go. I forgot my bag in the classroom. If I don't get back before the next class starts, I might lose it. Why didn't you bring it with you? It's what I did. I also switched desks with another guy, so it would look like I'd left. He isn't guilty of anything, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to survive. Isn't that what you just tried to tell me? What are you even talking about? My criminal record, nothing you should pay attention to. To be completely honest with you, I just wanted to get the last word in after your weird tirade. Don't worry about it, Siren. Not everything in the world makes sense. We're already ninja accomplices. Our bond is thicker than blood. You don't have to hide anything from me, comrade. I don't think anybody has ever gone to jail for skipping class, but if they do go after us, I plan on blaming it all on you, comrade. Boo. You were so nice the other day, and now you're acting like this. What a letdown, Siren. Negative 50. Minus 50 affection. Don't give up, though. I know you're better than that. Believe in yourself for me, alright? Until next time. Ending our conversation with words of encouragement, Claire starts to walk away. She turns around and enthusiastically waves to me after every couple of steps. So enthusiastic for a goodbye. And I just lost 50 affection. Now that I think about it, she said weird things last time too. I may not know what goes on in her head, but I know one thing for sure. For better or worse, this probably won't be the last time that I cross paths with her. What about Mystery Girl X? Or whatever the fuck. Come on, you knew this would happen. You gave us your word. You have to do it. It'll be a lot of fun. Be positive. Besides, with such a long face, you'll get stuck in all the doorways. You don't want to get hurt, right? You could at least say something. You're too quiet. What's on your mind? Trying to think of a good place to hide a body. You only have yourself to blame, so stop moping around. As if we're on a crime show, Ziva came to my house to arrest me. With her, she brought a warden in form of a promise. I had promised that I'd follow up on the email if I lost the sled desk race, which brings us to now. I find myself trekking along the sports center, unsure of what to do next. Ziva's accompanying me, but Ozzy couldn't make it for some reason. The point of all this was clearly just to ruin my afternoon. Still, it was my gambling addiction that did me in. After all this, you haven't asked. Aren't you going to ask me what happened after you ditched class? Not really. Everyone imagined that all the tables grew sentient and started to run away. A 3-day suspension. For both of you and Ozzy. You're kidding me. Yes. Don't joke about that stuff, woman. I pulled some strings to find out what the teachers were talking about, and there was a bit of everything. Nevertheless, I, the girl who owes you nothing and never asked for anything in return, came to your rescue and brought the teachers back their senses. They rescinded my suspension after you spoke to them? I don't believe you. Well, about that. What happened? Hey, don't look away. What are you trying to say? They agreed to go easier on you, but I had to barter with them. An insignificant detail, really. I don't like the sound of that. Go on. They said you guys had to learn your lesson, improve your dungeons, blah, 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 you know. So it turns out that they desperately needed students to help them with. Ozzy and you are now officially at the grad committee. You two have to help prepare the grad events, stuff like that. Wait a second, I see a car going fast enough to kill me. If I jump in front of it, I'll be back, right back. Don't joke about that kind of thing. Jeez. We're all going to graduate soon, and it's completely normal for a student committee to handle grad event preparations. You're going to work together with some students from the other side. Both schools have representatives, and together the joint committee has to plan and organize all the grad events. Nobody from our school volunteered this year, so they decided that it was a convenient punishment. Like the good friend I am, I said I'd join too, so all three of us will be working together. What do you think? Call an ambulance, but tell them not to bring any defibrillators. Let them know they can release my ashes over the ocean. Nice. Come on, stop joking around, it'll be fun. All we need to do is figure out what needs to be done for the events, plus each year is more or less the same. But I have to make an effort. It's work outside of school hours. I'll need to actually communicate with other human beings, you know? Humans! Are you implying that I'm inhuman? Obviously. You didn't care about getting expelled, but you're worried about having to work. You're such a lazy ass. It reminds me of something else. Look, being the graduation committee is going to be tedious. Some students will want one thing, the others will want the opposite. You have to try to please everyone. It's too difficult. If there are no alternatives, then I guess I'll have to do it, but I'd rather just change the subject for now. Yeah, change the subject, I see. You know what? I've realized something. I've already told you I have to join that stupid committee. Then I will. No, listen. I'm talking about you. I realize that maybe what you're suffering from is... What the fuck? Schizoid personality disorder. I've actually never heard of that word. Are you making up diagnosis again? I told you to stop looking at mental illnesses on Wikipedia. You wanted to change the subject, didn't you? Here you go. You don't enjoy socializing, you're detached on a personal level, and your sense of humor is unsympathetic. At first I thought your writing obsession was a symptom of autism, but you don't seem to have any issues communicating with other people. However, it would make sense if you were a secret schizoid, since they're able to fake social interactions. Also, some schizoids share symptoms with those afflicted. God damn it. I keep yawning whenever I talk too much. It's weird. Also, some schizoids share symptoms with those afflicted with asparagus. It would make a lot of sense. Are you telling me that I'm autistic? Do you want to fight me or something? Just because I'm different, it doesn't mean that I'm crazy. Correct. You aren't crazy. A lot of psychologists agree that schizoids don't actually suffer from a disorder, but that their behavior is part of their personality. Just because someone acts differently doesn't mean they're suddenly an alien. There are a lot of circumstances in which regular people can end up going crazy, purely from the power of suggestion. The best way to prevent that is to be confident. There's nothing wrong with acting differently from others or making a mistake. Ziva seems pleased with her evaluation. I can only respond in low spirits, but I still have to admit that she's dedicated. That's why you're going to give me your notebook so that I can study it. We have to get to the heart of the matter. For the rest of the walk to the sports center, Ziva tries to steal my notebook by shoving her hands in my pockets. From the outside, the situation undoubtedly looks like Ziva's trying to tear my pants off. It doesn't help when she yells, "Come on, show it to me." It'll only be for a moment, let me see it. Hashtag high school whores. But it isn't as wonderful as it appears, to be honest. I wouldn't even wish this on my worst enemy. Oh wait, Ziva is my worst enemy. In that case, I do wish it. Play a little bit of b-ball. A few minutes later, I stand waiting near one of the basketball courts at the center. It's actually one of those multi-sport courts that provides equipment for any array of different sports. At the moment, only a basketball team is training at the center, so I'm left to assume that I'm supposed to join. I speak to the coach, who's now under the impression that today I'm observing to decide whether or not I want to join this team. Apparently they have to pay to train here. It's crazy. Ziva gives me a pat on the back and a quick wink before she sits on the bench and plays with her cell phone, even though she had insisted on coming with me. She ran away so quickly I don't think I'll ever understand her. Hey you, new guy, you're Sierra, right? One of the team members approaches me before they begin training. Even though he looks up to the task by himself, he asks if I can help him prepare the court. I assume this is what they usually do to try to help interrogate new members. Maybe I should do the same and try to break the ice too. Huh? You play basketball with balls. I thought you hit a scale with a bat and watch as a plate soars upwards based on how hard you hit it. My new teammate is speechless. He looks pretty bewildered. Come on, don't give me that look. I was kidding. Everybody knows that's actually soccer. Training has only just started and I'm pretty sure that my lungs have already begun to collapse. My first impression of basketball is that it's contradictory. Why do they need too many strong, tall men when they can't make contact with each other? The most they allow is a bit of brushing, but you can't so much as poke them. It's not like they're made of glass. I could even accept that rule if it didn't make defending so hard to do. If an opposing team player has the ball and touches you, you get a foul unless you were standing still. But if you're standing still, then you can't defend your hoops. Isn't that unfair? That is why I hate playing basketball. I can play 2K perfectly fine. I just started recently playing 2K. Because now it's like, I get it. It's, it doesn't help that I'm bad at offense. And therefore, the only thing I can do is defend. I'm new, so cut me some slack here, please. After an hour of training, I feel like death itself is looming over me. Now I'm hobbling around using the secret skill I developed that makes it look like I'm doing something when I'm really not. It's a technique that you can only master once you become a civil servant of a politician, so I'm very proud of it. Fortunately, the coach claps to get our attention and asks all of us to gather in the middle of the court. Thankfully, it means I can take a rest. Alright guys, this next round we're going to play a friendly match. Another match? This coach is really trying to kill me. Shoot, coward. You are only going to kill a man. I organize it in a rush, but since every year we always play against... Oh, they're already here. Our coach looks past us, and all of us instinctively follow his gaze. Another basketball team casually chats amongst themselves as they center the court. There's one opposing team member in particular that stands out, at least to me. Don't let them win just because they're girls, okay? I know it's an easy match, but don't start flirting mid-game. Oh, God, it's the fucking girl that we acted like an American to. Shit. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, right? The players of the women's basketball team walk over to our team and begin chatting with us. Only one of them refuses to join in. She's standing in front of me. Her face shows restraint and her eyes are motionless, wrapped in turmoil. There she is. It's Mysterious Girl X. I think I would have preferred getting shot after all. Our coach stands in the middle of the court and confirms that both teams are ready, and then with a nod signals us to start. The tallest player from each team meets in the center of the court. At the whistle signal, the ball is released and both players try to grab it. Everyone feels the tension between them. It'll for sure be a bloody battle of courage, a beautiful collision of opposing souls brought together by basketball. Luckily for me, I could pass on all of that by sitting out. Basketball is a 5 versus 5 sport. Thanks to that, only a portion of the team plays at any one time. Still, everyone has a chance to play because players get switched out every so often. It's not my turn yet, thankfully. I'm the new guy here, so if I'm told to sit on the bench, then I won't complain. I have other business to attend to anyways. In particular, someone who's playing right now. She just stared at me for a while without saying anything. Isn't that weird? I mean, why wouldn't she say anything? Doesn't she recognize me from our encounter yesterday? Yes, it's true that our meeting was short, but I doubt she just forgot about it. Especially considering she saw me leaving her apartment. Rather than say anything after staring at me, she left with the rest of her team and started chatting with them as if nothing had happened. How am I supposed to react to that? As if that wasn't enough, Ziva vanished at some point. Now I can't even ask her for advice. The only thing I know for sure is that Mysterious Girl X is here, and that it isn't a coincidence. She has to be involved with those emails. I'm sure of it. Maybe that's why she didn't say anything. I need to be cautious. I have to gather all the information I can before I make my move, so that I won't mess up. My bad. That was a foul. Your ball. Don't worry, we'll get it right back. Confidence. First impression I have of her as a player is positive. She's competitive, but still accepts responsibility for her mistakes. Well, that's what you need to do in basketball. She plays with her bangs, smiles, and encourages her teammates by telling them everything will be alright. It's okay, we lost that one, don't worry about that. Let's get the points back, alright? It's confidence. She's emitting courage out of every pore, or at least that's how it seems, but something's... Oh, that felt so good. But something's off. Excuse me. Her. The one playing forward. Taking advantage of the guy sitting next to me's knowledge, I ask him if he knows anything about Mysterious Girl X. Her name's Luce, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Luce. She's been playing for the women's basketball team for a while. Their team isn't great, but she does well. She has a ton of passion. You can really tell how much she enjoys basketball. Of all her teams, she's the one who puts in the most effort. Last time we played, she surprised us more than once. We tried to go easy on their team, but hey, I won't deny that she's quite skilled. Her speed is her best asset, as you can see. Why do you ask? I dismissed my teammate's question by saying it was just curiosity. He replies with a cackle, which I choose to ignore. My head's still spinning with ideas when the coach interrupts me. Hey, new guy. Wanna join the game? His question surprises me. I try to turn it down by saying that I'll only get in the way. It's just a friendly match, so it's fine. We're winning, and we need to screw things up pretty badly to lose against those girls. When I try to refute his statement, he speaks over me. I'll go with him, coach. I can help out if he freezes up. Perfect. Then it's decided. Switch. You two go in. The terrifying power of democracy has reared its ugly head and defeated me. You'll be number 11. Got it? Good luck. That good luck, followed by a week, makes my stomach knot up from the implications. Did I get a text? Yeah, I did. Why am I need that. That good luck followed by a wink makes my stomach knot from the implications. As soon as I find out the 2-digit number, my worst fear becomes reality. My rival is none other than Luce, previously known as a Mysterious Girl X. It's the girl's turn and I have to stay close to Luce to block her. She's silent and never takes her eyes off me. It's quite frightening. It feels like she's looking directly into the core of my very soul. Is she challenging me? Well, she better know that I'm too proud, so I'm not gonna let her get away even for a second. Crap. As soon as the whistle blows, I lose her. In the blink of an eye, she's gone, and when I finally manage to find her again, she's too far away for me to catch up. Pass! Luce receives the ball, takes a couple steps to get closer to the hoop, and makes an elegant mid-range shot. The ball buries itself in the hoop with a swish shot. Number 11, with an unfriendly look plastered on her face, doesn't even make eye contact as she passes me. She briefly celebrates with her team before returning to her defense position. Don't tell me. Our attack, as with the majority until now, ends with our center making a basket after catching the rebound. It makes me return to my defense position. I have to counter Luce again. She keeps her back to me and puts distance between us, and then she disappears again as she spins around, leaving me behind. Luce's team passes her the ball with a bounce and she finishes positioning herself perfectly. But just before she can make a shot, I attack her from behind by pulling on her shirt. That's a foul. That's a shooting foul. She shocked and loses her balance, dropping the ball in the process. In exchange, I get a foul and the game is paused temporarily. What's wrong with you? I shrug at her in response. Luce reacts by giving me a weird look of disbelief. Although she's trying hard to hide it, I can see the small smile strewn across her face. The game eventually resumes and the women's team starts with the ball. The match continues much like the past couple of rounds. I stick to Luce like glue, and as soon as she runs away with the ball, I commit a foul one way or another. I repeat the process a couple more times. She responds with an even stronger defense each time. Not that it means anything, since I'm never actually trying to do anything while attacking. I don't even know how to be on the offense. The ironic part is that according to one of my teammates, my fouls are legitimately used strategy in real basketball matches. Yes, they are. If a player tries to sprint away and it seems like they'll score, committing a foul is a good way to prevent them from getting the point. It's possible that they may still score from the free throw, or they will get it after that, but there's always a chance that they'll miss instead. It's also useful for when you want a rival to lose their focus. It's something that pros do from time to time, although I'd say that isn't the case right now, since this girl seems to be playing even better than before. The only problem with my strategy is that after committing 5 fouls, the guilty party is kicked out of the game. But hey, it's probably for the best in my case, right? These crazy rules actually work in my favor. Hey you! Since someone else on her team is handling the ball, Luz finally decides to speak to me. I have something to tell you. After so long, she acknowledges me in the middle of the basketball match. May not be the best time to do this, but if I can find out what's going on, then I can't complain. It appears that staying put has worked out well for me. Hey, I'm talking to you. Pay attention. What was it, John? Why don't y'all come here? We got stuff to talk about. Yep, y'all understand? Followed by some weird hand gestures, Lutz tries to communicate with me in some odd hillbilly accent. I understood you the first time. You seriously believe I talk like that? But you... The previously silent girl is surprised when she hears me speak without an odd accent. I can't help but laugh when I see her make a flustered face. I still saw you in my apartment yesterday. What were you doing there? Who are you? A stalker? I stopped laughing as soon as I recall what had transpired yesterday. What are you talking about? You're the one who asked me to come here. You sent me those emails, right? Emails? What emails? I shiver. She really didn't send them. She has to be lying, but nothing really adds up. Are you telling me that it's a coincidence you're here now after what happened yesterday? Do you really think I'm going to believe that? The woman's team suddenly scores a point. Now used to the routine, I head to the opposite end of the court as loose. But now we're more concerned with finishing our conversation and playing the game. I don't even like basketball. It's my first time playing. If it were up to me, I'd be doing something else right now. I came here for another reason. Then why have you been on my tail this whole time? You've been forcing fouls for a while now. I can hear you breathing, you know. You're panting. No one would pant so much effort into something they dislike. Luce is right. I'm already exhausted from the training earlier, but at least I've been trying to avoid putting in too much effort. Although now I have to be pretty active if I want to keep up with Luce, even if I only want to commit fouls. I can't do anything if she gets too far away. And she's definitely exceptionally fast. In fact, it seems like she never stops moving. You want to talk. You're the one who has been running around this whole time. Luce looks baffled and shakes her head without understanding what I meant. It's obvious, right? You're disgusted with this match, both with your team and mine. Your teammates aren't putting in any effort, and mine are going easy on your team. Even the coach seems to take you ladies lightly. Even though it's a friendly match, that's no excuse. Even I've noticed how condensing my team is. It's truly disgusting. You've been trying to act cool and composed the entire game, despite that. You've even forced a smile to encourage your team, but deep down you're actually furious about all of this. And I know that because when you're upset, you nervously play with your bangs. You do it to try to help control your breathing and calm down, but in reality it doesn't help you at all. Even when the game was going in your favor, you were still upset. The moment I decided to play all out against you is when you became more lively and then decided to talk to me. The outcome makes no difference. The only thing you want is for everyone to take this match seriously. You must really love this sport if you have that kind of attitude about it, I think. That's why I'm going all out, even if it's only for a little bit. Anything else would be disrespectful. Luce takes a deep breath after listening to me. She doesn't reply nor gives any confirmation. She lowers her guard for a second and my team must have noticed it too, since they suddenly pass me the ball. I reflexively toss the ball away as soon as I catch it. I've always been bad at improvising while under pressure. It's a weakness of mine. I didn't think I'd have to touch the ball for the rest of the game. There's no way a rookie like me could ever make. Okay. As if it were guided by magic, the ball falls into the hoop without even brushing against the rim. The clear sound leaves everyone astonished. In a matter of seconds, they start congratulating me on my first score. Even Girl X in her own way. It went in. A three-pointer. What do you think? That was my special shot. It's a masterpiece that I've been developing for years. I learned it while playing basketball in Philadelphia a while ago. So effective, unique, that nobody ever expects it. Try not to poke anyone with that nose of yours, Pinocchio. It was just a fluke. Maybe a little. But I could totally make that shot again anytime. It's my moment of glory, so don't ruin it for me. Luz huffs and puffs in response. She looks like she wants to kill me on the spot, but is trying hard to suppress, and instead she smiles and makes fun of me. Oh, really? Then why don't you try it again now, since you're so very confident? Oh, please, you know the basketball is a team sport. I shouldn't carry the team all by myself. Then how about we make it a bet? Oh, bet? Not again. Why did you do it? She had just said the magic word. It's almost... Alright, after this scene, then I'll stop it. Because we're almost getting into an hour. Yes, you might have gotten a little carried away due to the situation, but Siren, you must think this through. The temptation may be difficult to oppose, but you mustn't accept the bet if you think it could go wrong. Listen to what she has to say, and then politely turn down her offer. If you're able to make another three-pointer, no, another basket, then I'll believe that your visit to my apartment yesterday was a coincidence. But if you can't make the shot, then you'll have to explain yourself to me, unless you want to be arrested. Any basket. I've got to tell you that there isn't much to explain, though. I've already told you that I can't believe anything you say. I don't trust you at all. So if you can't score, then you'll have to win my trust. And for that to happen, you'll have to meet some of my chosen requirements first. You can't accept that bet, Yarn. It's a trick. Keep calm and decline. You have to be careful and choose your words carefully. Don't let your emotions and the challenge of the bet get the best of you. Cold Yarn, be ice cold. Deal. Prepare to witness the best shot you've ever seen. My mouth spoke against me again. Rocket science? Particle physics? It's a child's play compared to scoring one single basket here. Luz proceeds to focus entirely on defending against me. She steals the ball away from me every time that I so much as touch it. If I manage to receive a pass, she sticks to me like glue. She uses all kinds of dirty tricks on me without any signs of remorse. At one point, she even tries to pull my pants down a little bit so I can't receive an incoming pass. What's your problem? As long as the referee doesn't call it, it's not illegal. So what? That was pretty much sexual harassment. Look who's talking. Is that a laugh? Oh, you sound like a hyena. Amazing. No. What'd you say? The girl with the laugh of a scavenger turns as red as a tomato. She's ashamed, and really, who wouldn't be? It causes her to let her guard down for a few seconds, long enough for me to receive a pass. Nonetheless, she comes right back to defend against me as soon as she recovers some of her pride. The most interesting part is that she now looks more worried about clearing up the misunderstanding than playing the game. Now's my chance. Until now, all I've managed to do is defend using rules in my favor. But I can't use those same tactics offensively. Oh, you kinda can. Wait, maybe there is a way. What are you muttering about? Come on, throw before the shot clock runs out of time. It's not like you'll get another chance to score from a three-pointer. Look. I don't lose any time in getting into position to throw the ball. I jump higher than I've ever before, hoping that will be the repeat the score miracle again. Don't you dare. My rival's reflexes sign, and she manages to jump right after me. Her agility becomes clearer when she's able to reach the same height as me. Through pure strength of legs and determination of will, Lucy's able to compensate for the difference in height between us, hindering any chance of me throwing the ball and destroying my chance at a miracle. Good thing I never believed in them in the first place. The strict rules about contact and fouls does together with my usually nervous and nimble rival. I can't win against Luz. She's faster and better than me in every sense, however. That's also precisely her weakness. She's always too quick to react to my movements. That means I can force her to commit a foul. If she touches me while we're moving, there's only one moment where we're moving that she can't react in time. During a jump. There you go. Get a shooting foul. What the? My jump isn't straight upwards, but instead slightly angled forward. It should be enough for me to collide with Luce and cause a foul while I make a shot. Maybe I went a little too overboard. Both of us fall onto the floor on top of each other, causing a strong impact. Yes, this would be one of those moments where you'd expect to accidentally touch things that you shouldn't and be happy about it, right? Really isn't actually like that instinctively. Reality isn't actually like that instinctively. I closed my eyes during the fall and apparently fall on top of Luce with my full weight slamming against her. After we hit the floor, I start hearing voices approaching us, and judging by the sound, it isn't looking very good for either of us. I open my eyes and crawl off Luce. She has her hands on her chest and a pain expression on her face. You okay? Crap, I didn't mean for that to happen. Sorry, I think I fell elbow first and I didn't... I'm worried about her. I try to apologize over and over again, but I know it can't undo the damage I've done to her. Even the coach comes to try and check Luce's condition. He looks pretty worried. Tries to get her to tell him how she's feeling before he decides what to do next. She only says one sentence. Did he score? Everyone falls silent, each looking equally confused. What is she even talking about? Did he score? With that shot? No, of course not. I guess I win. Luce crackles loudly as if nothing had ever happened. It looks like she's fairly injured, but evidently she's more interested in finding out whether or not she's victorious, and then gloating about it. That's all you've got to say? It was only a small slam. Sports are like that. You can't play without expecting to get knocked around occasionally. I'm speechless. I could have sworn that was more than a small slam. Nobody would have believed that after seeing how she was acting a minute ago. Is she a misogynist or something? Are we gonna keep playing? Again, that was really not... Ow. Luce can't hide the consequences of her injury any longer as she tries to stand up. Considering the situation, our coach forces her to go to the infirmary even though she initially resists. She opposes it but ends up agreeing to go anyways, accompanied by a few of her teammates for support. Before leaving, she gives me one last warning. I'm not done with you yet. See you soon. John McKenzie. For a moment there I was worried, really worried after how awful the situation had gotten and how things could have ended. And even after all that, she still believes my name is John McKenzie. A few minutes later, I sit on the bench after requesting a break. Ziva's still nowhere to be found. I don't want to think about where she could be anyways. In the end, it seems like... What the hell? Why am I getting so many texts? Someone got... Oh, shit. Yeah, that's important. Hold on a second. Okay. Ziva's still nowhere to be found. I don't want to think about where she could be anyways. In the end, it seems that I only came here to get in even more trouble with Mysterious Girl X. At least now I know her name, though. But at what cost? First, I snuck into her apartment. Now I've elbowed her. Why did all of this have to happen? I don't get it. I sincerely don't know what I'm doing. I haven't even figured out anything about those emails yet. This prank has become even more complicated and senseless for that reason. I decided to use the first excuse that comes to mind and leave before the match finishes. Alright, I guess that's where we're gonna stop, because I think I'm gonna have to leave. Oh shit, yeah, Best Buy. Not game. Oh, fuck. Ah! Oh. What's a good place to get a microphone? Best Buy or GameStop? I'm thinking Best Buy. Best Buy would probably be the best place. I mean, GameStop's a small store. Best Buy is kaboom, you know? And yeah. Anyways, that's gonna be the end of it. We're gonna save the game, you know. stuff like that. Thank you guys for watching and everything. I'll probably maybe do an episode Monday. Saturday seems busy. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing Saturday. There's a lot of things I could do. I might be lifting, I might be going to graduation party, I might see a move. I don't know. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you gamers in the next episode. Recommend me some games on Steam that you would like to see. Maybe I could do a playthrough of a game. I might buy a Steam card and, you know, do some of that. My free time. Try to balance this game out and maybe another game. Well, yeah. If you guys could please recommend a game you'd like to see in the comments, greatly much appreciated. And by the way, South Park, A Fractured Butthurt, I will be playing. Of course. From the Stick of Truth, oh yes. 'Cause, you know, why the hell not? Anyways, see you guys later. Thank you for joining, and toodles.